Hey GKAR friends. So this week I wanted to touch on a topic. I have seen several articles come out in various places that really kind of draws attention to the issue of photographs. And I think this has been an ongoing issue for the last couple of years, particularly as virtual staging has come about and things of that nature. But I just thought it was interesting seeing these articles back to back. There was one talking about the difference between virtual staging and real staging in person, and how buyers oftentimes can feel a letdown with virtual staging, and then they walk into a vacant home, doesn't have the same feel, and they have a hard time visualizing. So suggesting that maybe you should combine a little bit of both, do your virtual staging, but then also put a few pieces in the home to kind of warm it up. But then also the other one was on a new term called house fishing, which is a play on catfishing. So obviously the photos look better online than they do in person, just like you would see on a dating app. And buyers get into the home and then they're disappointed. Obviously, we are trying to make pictures look good because that's what's going to get them in the house. We know that they start their search online. So just a couple of quick reminders with that. Our MLS rules do not require us to identify that photos are virtually staged. Although one of the articles did recommend that perhaps we should put that in our marketing remarks if that's the case, so it's just clear and transparent. You could even do them in the agent remarks if that was your preference. The other thing I wanted to remind you, though, is that it is also potentially a code of ethics violation. So Article 2, short version, avoid exaggeration, misrepresentation, and concealment of pertinent facts. Exaggeration and misrepresentation could certainly come into play here when we're looking at photos that just don't match up to the property. And then also Article 12 is communicate honestly and present a true picture in your advertising, marketing, and other public representations. So I think we've got a couple of different things that come into play here, and I just wanted to throw it out there and have you keep your photographs in mind. Make sure you're presenting a true picture and really doing the best that you can for both buyers and sellers, and make sure that we're presenting a clear and true picture out there. So hope that gives you something to think about this week. Have a great week. All right, one more quick addition to this video because I did see this in one of the articles as well, and so I wanted to share this one and read it specifically for you. A lot of times people ask, what is digitally altering a photograph? If I remove a trash can in the front of the house, is that something that I should maybe disclose because I've now altered this? So we have several states that have passed legislation now that do require you to identify that on the photos. California is one of those. Wisconsin is another one. California's just went into effect on January 1st of this year. Wisconsin's law will go into effect on January 1st of next year. But let me read you California's description on a digitally altered image, because I think it kind of helps put it into perspective. Obviously, every state's going to be a little different, but I think this one's helpful. So their definition says it applies to adding, removing, or changing elements such as the property's fixtures, furniture, appliances, flooring, walls, and paint color, hardscape, landscape, and home's facade, floor plans, outside elements including those visible from the property like streetlights, utility poles, and neighboring properties. What isn't included would be lighting, sharpening, white balance, color correction, cropping, exposure, or other common photo editing adjustments that don't change the representation of the property. So there you have it. That's California's definition. Obviously, you can use your own. Michigan does not have a requirement, but keep an eye on what's going on around the country, because oftentimes that's going to start trickling down to us, and those are going to be conversations that we're having. And I thought this was a really good definition. So hope that gives you another starting point. Have a good one.